Your energy is all over the place. You can feel that shit from here. I believe I can help you with that though. Let's sip on that. This is tea with lucre. This is Tea with Lucre, where legends and newcomers sip side by side. Truth pours freely, voices rise boldly, and every cup holds a story. Grab yours and let's speak something worth hearing. The sip for today is about misaligned energy and how to overcome this obstacle that many of us face. And what I mean by our misaligned energy, this is about sometimes some of us may experience mental fog, but then the misbalance is that our bodies might be willing and ready to go and to complete the task for today, but sometimes we just can't overcome our thoughts. Or it might be vice versa, where we're experiencing physical fatigue and we have clarity of mind and we want to do so much, yet we're couch locked, we're bed locked. I believe I can help you with that, as this is something that I've experienced myself. In fact, very recently, as I began being an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur since 2018, and I've been building so many different things, from different businesses to different formats to all kinds of outlines and frameworks, this and that, all boring stuff. But what it took is massive amounts of work. And a lot of the times I would find myself completely unproductive, and it would suck because there was so much I needed to get done. Most of the things I've experienced were brain fog. I'm willing and ready, I'm exercising, yet as soon as I sit down in front of my laptop, or as soon as I sit down to go through certain readings or books, my mind just shuts down and all I can think about is taking a nap, even though I'm well rested, and the night before I gained ample sleep. So in this segment, we're going to run through a few different reasons on why this fatigue ensues, why this misalignment happens, and ways to overcome it. Here are a few reasons on why this occurs. And I hope you brought your notebook and a pen, because I would advise you to take notes. There's some good information that I think you could take away from this and hopefully improve your situation. All right. So rebalancing our energy consists of a few different things. We have to change our habits. We have to change certain patterns, because those are essentially what are keeping us in the loop of losing our energy. We cannot continue to keep losing our energy, and if we do, then we will visibly see gradual decrease in our productivity. And we want to avoid that completely. So if you're experiencing mind fog, yet you have the physical energy, one thing we can focus on is our breathing. This is a vital part of maintaining our energy throughout the day. A lot of the times we forget to breathe properly. And to breathe properly, what I mean by that is diaphragmatic breathing. Breathing with your diaphragm and not your chest. Some of us know about this, a lot of us don't. In fact, I was 25 years old when I learned the proper way to breathe. Can you believe that? Out of all the sports I've attended in high school and growing up, not one time was it brought to my attention that I was breathing incorrectly. And that caused so much damage throughout my life, and so many things could have been avoided. In fact, when you begin to breathe properly, you can relieve a lot of different things, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and it can even, if some of you are experiencing depression, like a lot of us have, including myself, these are things that can be reduced, even avoided altogether. Now, one exercise for our breathing that I will share with you is breathing with our diaphragm. And we want to make sure that if we have anything in our passages, our nasal passages, we're going to want to clear that out. So take the time, blow your nose, take some deep breaths. Now, when we take our deep breaths, we're going to breathe in through our nose. We're going to fill up what feels like our stomach. Our stomach should be protruding before we enter the air into our chest cavity. So what I mean by that is when I breathe in, we want to fill up this area first, the diaphragm. All right. Now, a couple exercises. One that I find to be the best for me, and there's all kinds of different variations, different counts that you can do. I like to do 5-5-5. That's 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds exhale. All right. And we will do that together. You guys are ready? Let's begin. What a lot of you will feel is a pressure being built up in your head. This is good. This means that you're getting some extra pressure relief throughout your body. Now we're holding our breath. There's pressure in and there's pressurizing, and it's pushing and moving blood to different areas. Sometimes we need blood to our head because it helps with the flow of our overall blood flow. And when we're breathing through our mouths, we don't get our full pressurized pulses. And that's something that's vital to a good blood flow. A good blood flow creates good mind and body activity. So you want to keep in mind that sometimes you might feel that rush. Don't overdo that breathing because you can become lightheaded. I would advise practicing throughout your day. It will improve and you will feel the benefits. Now, I would recommend doing that about 2 to 3 times. Whenever you're feeling flustered, whenever you're feeling anxious, whenever you're feeling depressed, take a second to breathe. Take a step back from your situation. Sometimes our environments are not suitable for our success, and I'll get into that on another day in another segment. But be wary and be cautious of your environments. Take a step away from what you're doing, disconnect, refocus your mind. So now, another cause, you might have a productive mind, but a fatigued body. This one, I would recommend light stretches. Sitting on the floor, sitting on a flat surface is always a wonderful thing. Light stretches would be the stretches that you might have done in PE when you're in school. And those stretches are just fine. Extending your legs out, reaching, and even the butterfly. This one is good for opening your sacral, your sacrum, your chakra, your lower chakra, your grounding chakra. Doing the butterfly and leaning forward, extending and stretching your hips is a good way to increase blood flow. You want to increase blood flow from top to bottom. This is an extreme necessity for the flow of all of our energy. We need to balance all these things. So now with the light stretching, I would also recommend some light walking, maybe a walk around the block. Maybe it could be walks or laps around your backyard or front yard. But getting that motion going, getting that blood pumping, again, I always recommend disconnecting. Don't take your phone, take your headphones out. You need to reconnect and be in your mind. Now, when we're rebalancing our mind, body, and spirit, we got to remove as many exterior distractions as possible. All right. So let's keep that in mind. Now, my favorite thing to do is the full reset. The full reset. This might be if you're in an extremely stressful pattern, and your breathing's upset, your focus and your body is all out of whack. When you need to do a full reset, this is what I would advise. Nature, getting out in nature, fresh air. Take a step away from the city as whenever you have the ability, even if it's just your local open space parks. Those are wonderful spaces. Utilize those. All right. The next step, unplug. Like I said, remove the devices, remove all the excess chatter and noise that we get from listening to music constantly or always being on our phones. It's okay to take a break from that. Put that thing on D&D. People could wait. Your well-being and your health come first, because without that, nothing will prosper. The next thing that I would recommend is tea. Tea is a wonderful thing. Today I'm drinking black tea, as it will help boost my mental energy and my physical energy. So it's a good one when you have a long day to take on and you have a big day full of tasks and obstacles. Sometimes you don't have to have caffeinated tea. You can pick any type of tea you enjoy. Herbal, fruit tea, anything you can possibly want. It's your choice. There's so many varieties out there. I have a wonderful green tea that I like to drink when it's time for me to focus, when it's time for me to study or do my editing, to sit down and be patient, yet have the energy mentally and physically to be in one space for a long time. If you guys run through my links, feel free to do that. On my websites, I have a recommendation for a green tea. It's absolutely wonderful. All right. There's a scripture I would like to focus on today that will hopefully resonate with some of you. And I will be bringing out scripture all of my videos. The scripture is 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. It says, "For the Lord hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Remember, a lot of the times our stress comes from fears throughout our day, our anxieties, our tasks throughout the day, the people we have to deal with, all add to this experience that we face. You must relieve yourself of this fear, this anxiety that plagues your days by doing that breathing exercise that I recommended. Doing that as many times throughout the day as you need to regulate your cortisol levels, to regulate your anxiety, that will help you. Okay. Now it mentions power. Within us, we hold the strength and the power to change our surroundings, to change first our inner world, but to also affect our outer world. This is key to understanding that you can change everything around you by being in a powerful state of mind, praying to the Most High. Pray to the Most High and give thanks. Ask for the strength. Ask that the power be released within you. You will see the power that you hold within yourself when you begin to take this path of introspection, when you take this path of bettering yourself, bettering your mind, and reconnecting your energy back to its source. And love, let's not forget love. That's an extraordinary piece. Love is compassion. Love is the commandments of the Lord, the law and the will of the Most High. This is taking care of yourself. That way you may take care of your brother and your sister around about you. And by doing that, you adjust the energy, not only within yourself, but within the people around you and within your settings. Be conscious of the power that you hold. And when it mentions of a sound mind, when you can regulate yourself through meditation, when you can regulate yourself through these breathing exercises, you will feel what it is to have a sound mind. If you haven't experienced that already, to have a sound mind is to be at peace with yourself and to know and trust in the Most High that what you are doing, the path that you are taking on bettering yourself, is all that God is asking of you. So keep these in mind. Again, that scripture was 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. I would advise, put that in your notes, go pop open that Bible. If you don't have a Bible, get one. All right. Now, as we come to the close of this video, I would like for you to do something for me. I have a challenge. Some of you are up for challenges. I hope you're willing to try this challenge. For this challenge, I would recommend that you do that breathing exercise 3 times throughout your day. Do that exercise when you wake up. Do the breathing exercise Before you take on a task or before you go into work or before you have a big conversation with somebody, take the second, pull yourself aside, do that breathing exercise 5 5 5. If you're having trouble holding your breath for that long, I completely understand. Start with 4 4 seconds, 4 4 4. All right, these are all methods to help improve your day, improve your mind. All right, thank you all for tuning in. I genuinely appreciate it. I'm so excited that you were here for my first video. My first video. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that I was able to finally get everything together. It took me a while, and the outer circumstances were affecting me, and I had to do a couple things. I had to adjust my energy that way I can get out here and hopefully help improve some of your days. Again, thank you very much. My name is Luker, and this is Tea with Luker. Thank
For
you for
those of
tuning
you
in.
who
I hope you have
enjoyed
a wonderful
watching
day.
this video, please like and subscribe and share to others who you think might benefit from this. Again, I appreciate your guys' support, and I hope to see you in the next episode.